Hey everybody, it's Chris Bumbray. I'm at CinemaCon. I just walked out of the last panel of the event, and boy, did they end on a high note. So it was the Disney panel, and the last thing that we saw was the new Avengers Doomsday trailer, which we saw not once, but twice. So this hasn't dropped online yet. I don't know when it's going to drop online. So if you want to be completely fresh, this probably isn't the video for you. But if you want to hear what I can tell you about it, then, well, let's go. Now, one thing, I'm not a Marvel expert, so if I get something wrong, please don't kill me in the comments, okay? I'm doing my best. So Avengers Doomsday starts with a voiceover, which I presume is from Dr. Doom because it sounds like Robert Downey Jr. speaking with a funny accent. A warning of an imminent threat that's coming to Earth. I think maybe he's talking about himself. Then we see Thor trying to rally the surviving Avengers, or rather the new Avengers, which are the Thunderbolts and the Fantastic Four. Thor seems to be in kind of a leadership role in this movie, and it's a much darker, more serious Thor. Not at all like the Taika Waititi movies, which I'm sure will be music to a lot of your ears, because I think a lot of you didn't like the way he was kind of turned into an oafish buffoon in those movies. This is very serious Thor, more so even than in the first Thor movies. So you see him basically warning about what's coming. So we saw a bunch of brief clips in the trailer. You see Anthony Mackie back as Captain America, or the current Captain America. You see Yelena fighting Yelena, both played by Florence Pugh. How is that? Because you see her face start to change into Mystique. I'm not exactly sure who's playing Mystique. Pretty sure it's Rebecca Romijn, although I don't think that casting has actually been made official yet, but that'd be very cool. You see Gambit fight Shang-Chi, which made the audience that was seeing this with go completely insane, almost clapping like seals at one point. They were so happy to see it. And a bunch of other quick cuts. We saw the Wakandans. You never actually see like a real close-up of Dr. Doom. The only time that you really see him is at the end of the trailer. You see him fighting Thor, or Thor at least tries to fight him with his Infinity Hammer and doesn't seem to be doing a very good job. Looks like Dr. Doom is kicking his ass. And it ends with Thor saying that there's no way we're going to survive any of this unless we have a miracle. Said miracle walks in. Steve Rogers, Chris Evans, full beard, long hair, looks amazing. Audience went crazy. That's Avengers Doomsday. So, I mean, I think people are going to love this trailer when it comes out. I think it'll be a really fun Marvel movie. But for me, I think when you kind of peak with Endgame, when you go that high, it's hard to follow it up, I think, because that was just kind of the Grand Guignol thing. And I think that that's why all the recent Marvel movies have kind of felt almost disappointing in comparison. But they are trying to top Endgame, so we'll see if that works. Cautiously optimistic. So we also saw the first 17 minutes of The Mandalorian and Grogu, and I know that this is a movie that not everybody thinks is going to do particularly well because, well, we're used to seeing The Mandalorian just on a streaming show, and I think we take them for granted. The first 17 minutes definitely give you an idea of the movie's scale. It is shot for premium large screens, and it shows the Mandalorian basically taking on bandits because he's a bounty hunter for the remaining parts of the rebellion who are trying to prevent the Empire from rising again. You see him kill something like 60 stormtroopers, which was a surprise. I mean, I think the body count in the first 17 minutes of this movie is higher than any of the other Star Wars movies before. And he's not just shooting them with lasers and blasters either. Like, he sets one on fire, kicks another one off of a cliff. He hijacks an AT-AT walker at one point. There's 3 of them in this action scene. You've seen a little bit of it in the trailers. I mean, yay. It looks like there's a ton of action in this movie. So if that's what you want to see in a Star Wars movie, you're going to be very satisfied. That said, it almost doesn't feel like a Star Wars movie to me. I'm kind of old school. I think of the George Lucas movies. This seems like a sci-fi action movie. Well, it seems like something you'd see on streaming, frankly. And I think the next really great movie that has potential to be a great Star Wars movie anyway is probably Starfighter, which they didn't show us anything for because, of course, it's still shooting. That's the Star Wars movie I think that I'm most excited to see. But Mandalorian Grogu, I don't think it's going to be bad. I think it's going to be entertaining. I just don't think it's going to quite move the needle the way that they expected to. But then again, we also saw the footage from Avengers Doomsday, and that looks better than I thought it would be. So either way, I'm sure Disney's going to have a great year. So let me know in the comments what you're excited for. And if you want to check out a little bit more, head over to the JoBlo Horror channel, where Lance and I, who's the guru over there, talk a little bit about some of the horror titles we saw in the presentation.
Thank you for clicking on our video, everybody. If you like what you saw here, please make sure you like the video and subscribe and share with your friends who like this sort of content. JoBlo was created by movie fans for movie fans, and we appreciate your support.